nights, one of these surfers will be world champion. Get out there, let's do this!
They're here to win a world title, plain and simple.
You go through so much during the year to come here and have this opportunity to fight it out.
You're either a champion or you're a failure, and there's no in between.
That guy, I don't like him, I'm gonna smash him. You really just want to ruin that guy's year. You need to have that when you win a world title. You got to have that kind of mindset.
Yes, sir.
We athletes, we are different. We're not like a normal people.
It's extremely hard to win a world title. Blood, sweat, tears. It's 4 a.m. wake-up calls.
First place, you have a lot to lose. May the best woman win.
The playing field is equal. It is one day, one moment. Do you have what it takes to win the world title?
The WSL Finals is surfing Super Bowl. You've got the top 5 men and the top 5 women competing to crown the undisputed world champion. If you lose the match, your season is over.
The brutality of sport is that it's all about winning and losing.
You have 2 surfers out of 10 that will be able to leave as world champions. The rest of the 8 in the field are going to be devastated. Let's go, Katie!
This is the most important day of the year, the Lexus WSL Finals.
As we know, all these surfers, the 10 up here, are competing for the Teahupo'o World Champions Trophy.
You have a target on your back once you've already won.
Right now I have a chance to go again, bring all this energy for one day.
It would be a dream come true to be able to bring a world title back to Brazil.
Yeah, I'm really excited to be a part of it because my last world titles were a totally different way.
I guess I've just been trying to slow down and trying to just do the things that I would usually do.
Katie Simmers has a chance to be the youngest world champion ever.
Katie, huge backdoor section, and she reappears.
Just think back to when you were 18. Just got your license, graduated high school. You're like literally starting your life. And you're sitting on the edge of being crowned the best surfer in the world. And that pressure is probably paralyzing.
It's definitely a mental battle of tell myself that it's just a surf contest, but then feeling this big weight on top of it.
From John winning his last world title in 2017, there's a lot that's happened to the John Florence story since then.
It's been such a tough journey for me. The injuries and then mentally not really wanting to be there. And so it's been a long road, but I'm happy to be here where I am. And this year was like a really nerve-wracking year coming into it because there was so much going on. The tour, the Olympics, I had a baby. I think just taking it one step at a time, but being committed to it was like huge for me.
Look at this. Surf fan's been here since 4 a.m. getting these front row seats. Beautiful sunrise. Just saw set come through. I love finals day.
15 to 15.
They're coming to us in like just under a minute.
I'm so excited.
2, 1.
It is a beautiful morning in Southern California, and the final 5 are preparing for Lower Trestles in the season finale at the Lexus WSL Finals.
Thanks so much, Joey. Yeah, Jesse, we've been watching the waves all morning. Give us the call here for Lower Trestles.
Yeah, we're officially on. Today is going to be finals day, and we're going to crown world champs starting at 7:55 with those introductions for the first match. So it's going to be a massive day for us.
Come on, thanks for
the judges what they want to see.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Welcome to Lower Trestles, surf fans. It's time for the 2024 Lexus WSL Finals. Allow me to introduce you all to the first match of the day. Give it up for Italo Ferreira! number 4 seed, Ethan Ewing.
Broken back, a month to work it out, and he still has a chance to win a world title today.
Ethan, even though he did finish runner-up in the world last year, I feel like he's kind of a dark horse.
His technique is the best. Truly incredible and an honor to watch, really.
I think he'll remind everybody very quickly what he did last season.
True champions don't get weighed down by their losses. Really happy to have this opportunity again to be back here and fight for that title.
Italo Ferreira looks absolutely fired up. He is the surfer to beat coming into the WSL Finals.
For Italo, the expectations for himself are really high. You know, he's here to win, and he's a world champion, and he's a gold medalist. He's finally back doing what he loves to do at the level he likes to do it.
We're gonna start this off with a super heat. Let's hear it for these two surfers. Get out there in the lineup, put on a show, let's go!
Last year's world runner-up, Ethan Ewing, preparing for the 2019 world champion, Italo Ferreira, in match number 1.
Here we go. Beautiful, crisp tail sliding snap to the second, and then hammer time closeout.
Excellence from Ethan Ewing at 8.33 on his opener. Italo needs to answer.
Wave exchange right there from Ethan and Italo. They're putting so much energy into the wave, and it just looks crisp, and that's amazing. Great way to start.
Rapid fire surfing from Italo.
Ethan, well, he's looking good here today, so far out in front.
Italo's got a wedge, extends the lofty air reverse. Flowing into another rotation on the inside. Italo did get the lead.
Pressure now building for Ethan Ewing.
Let's go, son. Let's go.
Last of Ethan Ewing, it's a 6.5. Enough to take the lead, but Italo did get this wave out the back ridge.
Let's have a look. This is the first time we're seeing it. Takes to the air, massive rotation on the backhand.
He needs at least a 7.17 to get into match number 2. On the last wave, a 7.8. And his hunt for a second world title continues.
That was a fun heat against Ethan. He started with a good score, and then I was like, okay, let's play the game. Yeah, I'm super stoked, and I'm excited for the next match, and it's gonna be a long day, and I'm ready for that.
Come on, baby.
Griffin's feeling it. He'll celebrate with Italo on the inside. What a show.
Oh,
numbers in.
One says yes, one says no.
Scores in, last the blue, 7.0.
Vai duas! Mais duas!
It's been a really crazy season for me, lots of ups and downs, but obviously the end being the best.
Oh my! Deep one for Weston Webb, she comes out. It's a perfect 10.
And this is women surfing, you know, like we're doing it.
Tatiana moves up to number 5 to clinch her spot in the WSL Finals.
Getting second in Fiji and qualifying for the Final 5. Now I'm part of this amazing group of women that get to have the privilege of chasing another world title.
Tatiana Weston-Webb has been here before. She was one turn away from securing a world title.
Now lighting up the finish, she can't hang on.
That was absolute heartbreak for her. Took her 2 years to find herself back here to compete potentially for a world title.
I felt so close to achieving my dream, and it was really hard for me to process the loss. I don't even think I was ready. Like, I didn't even want to be there. But sometimes you just have to put your head down and do the hard work and overcome certain obstacles. For me, that was a really big obstacle professionally.
she had to stomach that, and that takes time. But this year, she's really dangerous. She's got nothing to lose. She's squeaked into the top 5.
To win my first world title would be a dream come true. I would make a lot of people proud. I think I would prove a lot of people wrong, and I think that's a really big motivating factor for me. This year was a really difficult year, and the way I've overcame my crazy obstacles, I'm just really beyond proud of myself.
We are in match number 2. Tatiana Webb coming up against Brisa Hennessy.
Costa Rica's Brisa Hennessy has faced more adversity than any other surfer on the championship tour. She surfed through some serious health issues to qualify for the WSL Finals.
Brisa is honestly one of the most remarkable stories that we've seen in recent years because she went from missing the cut a few years ago. She loses her sponsors.
You're competing against the top 5 women in the world. First shot at a world title, that is pretty life-changing, I think, for your career and I think your legacy.
And now, women's match number 2. Take to the lineup, let's do this!
So here we go, Brisa having a look on the first wave.
Just a quick carve to start. Really hacks that second turn.
First look at Brisa, she's looking on.
Good looking wave for Tatiana Webb. Couple of hangers on the backhand, make it 3. Stabs a finish.
Beautiful backhand surfing here, drops down into this section.
Yes. Come on.
Her read is really good this morning. She's got a beautiful pace to her surfing.
Brisa Hennessy needs to find a way to fish a 7.6 under that priority. On her way with a huge second turn. And it comes in just under flat 7. So it will be Tatiana in match number 3 up against Caroline Marks.
Brisa just had such an amazing year. What an amazing person other than just a great surfer. It's going to be a really hard matchup. Try to stick to my game plan, you know, have fun and nothing to lose.
Our reigning world champion, Caroline Marks, comes from a small beach town, Melbourne Beach, Florida. She had 5 siblings, and it was her older brothers that really fueled her competitive fire. She had to keep up, and now she is a surfing superstar, considered one of the greatest surfers of all time.
It's official. Caroline Marks is your 2023 world champion.
Woo! Yeah, I don't even know what to say. I'm just like, this whole week's been magical.
The eyes weren't really on her going into lowers, and she loved that feeling. She really felt like she was going to win. Last year, she kind of knew she was.
Let's now celebrate our world champion, Caroline Marks.
Coming into the 2024 season, Caroline Marks was dead set on defending her world title. She knows full well that is a Herculean task.
Caroline going down early doesn't feel good as she's thinking about another world title this year.
I think the follow-up year after a world title is always a really hard one.
I definitely think there's a target on your back as far as like everyone is chasing you. You know, everyone wants what you have, and that's the world title.
She started off a little slow. She really found her form later in the year. She got a win and then won the Olympics, which was an amazing confidence booster. She's got crazy ability, her mindset. She's super competitive, obviously, to become world champ. She's only 22, though. She's got all the things to get multiple world titles.
My biggest motivation this year is like, hey, like pressure's off. You won last year. You're coming in second, and just put on a really good performance and defend that title. The fact that it's at home, get to do it in front of my family and friends, to do it for them and for San Clemente and for Florida and all those things. So it's exciting.
We've got match number 3. It's Caroline Marks, reigning world champ. She's defending her world title, coming up against Tatiana. Tatiana is a bit more of a risk taker.
Stay loose, all about that first turn. Yeah, real good time, mate. That'll set your pace.
Caroline, on the other hand, is a little bit more calculated with her approach and her strategic side of her surfing.
It's time! Take to the water!
Now running after the left is Tati. Driving into the pocket again. Coming into the 5 seat, still swinging, almost falling off balance, but regains composure.
Caroline feeling her backhand. She's so strong. That last turn was really beautiful.
That's Tati arcing on the left.
She got this second turn in, sort of slid her tail a little bit.
Tati getting the better of that exchange. Caroline Marks tags the first section now with a lot of speed, jams it beautifully. Caroline Marks will shut it down. It's looking for a 7.14.
Caroline Marks gets a 7.5.
And the reigning world champ has now moved on into the title match.
But yeah, I just told myself, oh, you know, believe it's going to happen and just have faith in the ocean and yourself, and thankfully it happened.
Title match number 1, defending champ Caroline Marks coming up against Katie Simmers.
Your hometown hero, Griffin Colapinto!
This could be the last chance to win a world title at home. He might not ever get that again.
Griffin staring down the barrel of a world title opportunity.
Is it gonna be Italo or is it gonna be Griffin? The scores are splitting hairs.
Italo Ferreira's story is incredible. He grew up in a tiny little fishing village, Baía Formosa in Brazil. He actually learned how to surf on the lid of a cooler. This guy went from literally nothing to being on top of the world of surfing.
Rolling in now is Italo, Teep and Pipeline, big section.
Your Billabong Pipe Master champion and new world champion, Italo Ferreira!
So all we've seen of Italo is just this momentum from 2015 all the way to his world title in 2019. We haven't seen him fall yet. Another huge upset, number 1 in the world, out of the event.
Jack Robbo, a 7.0, flips it again. Jack Robbo wins.
It looked like he was carrying the weight of the world on his shoulders. And then it led to an injury.
Oh, man, that does not feel good.
Sometimes it's the reset that you need to actually stop obsessing and remember the love for the game again.
An emotion, because in the last couple of days, I feel like I was like on the dark side, you know? Sometimes we just need to be happy.
The persona that you guys see, you know, that the rock star that's necessary for this world is somebody that's different from the human that he is. Such a deep individual, you know, operates on a lot of feeling, and the best do that.
I don't think he felt that he had to carry the pressure of the world on his shoulders. He could be Italo again. That's where his success really began. Italo on a glassy bomb. Italo Ferreira, your Teahupo'o champion. Your champion of the Vivo Rio Pro, Italo Ferreira!
I believe the most growth he's had has been in his happiness and passion for the tour again.
This is Jack Robinson's 3rd appearance in the WSL Finals. Look, he's a new dad. He's got a whole new mindset.
You know what Jack's like. I mean, everyone does, and all the competitors do.
Here comes Robinson laying down that rail.
He's one of the most scariest competitors in the world. A treasure chest of maneuvers you've never seen before.
2 wins this year since you became a father. Is that dad power?
Dad power for sure. To bring your family along for this ride. Yeah, you do it for them as well, so it's special, you know?
Our number 5 seed, let's hear it for Italo Ferreira!
His approach is just attack, attack, attack. We've seen Italo do it back in 2022. Can you maintain that stamina all the way through the draw from the back half of that final 5 position?
Yeah, you do it wrong, for sure. Oh, I will.
His 3rd WSL Finals appearance. Let's hear it for Jack Robinson!
Yeah, I don't think Trestles is a real strength wave for Jack. And so I think he's got his back against the wall.
I have nothing to lose, man. Throw everything.
Jack Robinson, Italo Ferreira.
This has already begun.
Regular foot versus goofy foot. Opening exchange, Jack Robinson on the right. The crowd's loud on the cobblestones.
Italo trying to get Jack out of that zen state that he's always in.
This is the most intense battle of bells I've seen.
Italo pissed, as you would. Is this going to be an interference?
There was contact. Italo's given priority.
I mean, that's a lot you're putting on the line. Italo using that priority, which he fought hard for. Beautiful backhand surfing.
Robinson with priority.
On the ropes. It's not over, but he's got a big job.
Robinson in the right and throws it up a little. Hung up. Ferreira again. Goes complete. Just a ball of energy on the lefts.
Almost looks like it's all she wrote for Jack.
7.57, biggest number so far. Our number 5 seed, Italo Ferreira, has now surfed his way into match number 3.
Yeah, that was a really, really good hit. Yeah, I guess Jack, we always try to push each other, and then he tried to play the game with the battle, and then, yeah, I played the game a little bit better.
What a year, though. It's been incredible to watch Jack. I mean, 2 big wins, Sunset and Margaret River.
Leading up to the finals, there's definitely an aura around it, and it's just kind of like the little whispers around and like just that excitement. Right now, it's the last time the finals will be at Lowers, just taking it in. I mean, the surf community here is super tight, and I feel like I've had a lot of like love and support.
What would it be for you to win your first world title in your hometown?
Griffin has found himself for the 2nd year in a row at his home break to make the impossible happen. Not only his hometown, for California and everybody else that wants to see a champion from America again.
I think for like something that amazing to happen for me, I would feel connected to God and the universe and everything and everyone. My dream has been to win a world title my whole life. Now's my time.
Your hometown hero, world number 2, Griffin Colapinto!
This could be the last chance to win a world title at home. You might not ever get that again. As you see a serious battle for position, Italo fakes him. But a mastermind to play tricks on the guy that knows this local lineup better than anybody else. Starts off with a completion.
Griffin staring down the barrel of a world title opportunity here. Set on the horizon, lines approaching.
He's gonna look back and see Italo lock into one of the better looking waves of the day. Big first turn to start. Big fan of water. Off that Patterson, jams it over the section again.
And we see Griffin here. Yeah, beautiful carve from Griffin.
Throws the shove it. He'll look over and see Griffin already underway. Flow state engaged from world number 2. And now running past Italo, tries to spray him in the face through this inside section. He'll let the crowd feel it.
Wow.
These are the moments that these two dream about. 55 seconds.
Italo, where do you go, right or left?
Griffin has to watch Italo go. Big blast there, absolutely crushing that section. Jumps over the roof. Ferreira putting together some healthy turns. He's already distracted to see what Griffin might be doing.
Big opening hack. Gets straight back up in there again.
Looking to finish on his feet. Blowtail reverse. Griffin Colapinto still swinging. One more turn on the inside. Griffin's feeling it. He'll celebrate with Italo on the inside. What a show.
Italo 6.87. That means Griff needs the 7.15 on that last year. Is it gonna be? Is it gonna be Italo or is it gonna be Griffin?
Vai, caralho, deixa eu pegar o John, porra.
Okay, oh gosh. Our scores are splitting hairs. Yay, nay. Last of blue, 7.0. It's Italo.
Vai duas! Mais duas! Mais duas! Vai!
Vai mais duas, mano.
Griffin Colapinto upset on his home break.
Bora! Bora!
Italo Ferreira, he will take on world number 1 John Florence in the title match. And Griffin putting everything in.
We're just trying to go for something big, but there's like a couple opportunities.
I mean, that's gonna hurt. That's gonna take some time to really digest that loss in the off season.
It all comes down to this.
She needs a 9.04.
Katie Simmers has a chance to be the youngest world champion ever.
That pressure is paralyzing.
growing up in Oceanside, I love this place and just kind of like the diversity of people here. My mom and dad, they love the beach, so just grew up going to the beach. New whip. I can barely reach it. Oh, we should have Timo. That was my brother. Yeah, my brother had a huge impact on my life, and he still does have a huge impact on my life.
Dude, look at that rim.
It is super fun.
That was like the craziest rim.
We always just kind of wanted to be better than each other. I feel like it did have like a pretty big impact on how competitive I am. But I think it's also a little bit just how I am, just wired in the brain that I'm really competitive.
She hates losing.
Oh, unfortunate.
She's just going to have to look at this heat as a learning experience.
Losses are hard to deal with, especially when you're 18, and she's come a long way in understanding the journey, and it's a long year, it's a long career.
Just think back to when you were 18. You're like literally starting your life, and you're sitting on the edge of being crowned the best surfer in the world. And that pressure is almost paralyzing.
It's definitely a mental battle of being super anxious and also being excited and trying to tell myself that it's just a surf contest. It's all gonna come down to like an hour of surfing. I'm definitely feeling the weight of it all. There's a lot of pressure. If it happens, then really cool, and if not, then I can still surf and do what I love, so.
Katie Simmers has a chance to be the youngest world champion ever.
A phenom at 17, 16 years old, and she's already, been a big part of changing the game. But at the moment, it's just performing and being proud of where she's from and her family and doing the best she can. And
a world title, it really does not mean anything if you don't have people around you that you can like share it with and celebrate it with. It's definitely for my family and for the people that are close to me. And whether I win a world title or not, my dog will still hate me, so.
It all comes down to this, the women's title match. Give it up for Caroline Marks.
Obviously, in first place, you kind of have a lot to lose. In every other position, you don't have as much to lose. I'm hopefully going to defend my world title. At the same time, I know Katie's going to be really hard to beat.
Caroline has been here before. She's got that experience. This is where she won her first world title.
The form she was in last year, I don't think she can be beat if she surfs like that.
And your current world number one, Katie Simmers!
Katie needs to lift her game. I don't think any one of them is going to go 2 in a row.
Let's do this!
It's going to be Caroline on the backhand. Looking smooth there.
And then behind her, Katie.
Looks like she's got a little bit more length in her surfboards, and that rail line is fitting so well into these maneuvers.
This is the pressure moment here for the Goofy Foot.
Radical surfing in the pocket, keeping it crisp and tight.
Caroline Marks turns the heat. Katie Simmers, she needs a 6.83. Beautiful carve on the forehand. And a snappy finish.
She's taken the lead from Caroline.
And the train hoots for Caroline Marks as she takes off. There's the real hooter. And she is hanging it up there on the backhand numerous times. And that was an answer back. Here comes the scores. She needs a 9.04. She's gonna get her number, and she's gonna turn that match.
Go, you tiger! I was just really happy that wave came. I felt like I hit my stride a lot more in that heat than the first one, so I feel like I'm in rhythm with the waves right now, and my mind feels good, so let's just keep going.
That was a crushing blow to Katie, and now you can't afford a loss or your whole season's gone.
It's Caroline Marks up 1-0 against Katie Simmers.
It was very clear from a young age that John Florence was an absolute phenom. Literally born and bred at Pipeline. No one had ever seen a kid go out and surf that wave like he did. He was professional before he was even out of high school. John Florence lived up to and went way beyond all the hype surrounding him at a young age. He won the Eddie, back-to-back world titles.
And John Florence
is a back-to-back world champion, getting the job done here at home.
And then the injuries came.
John's hurt himself here, I think.
My leg, I don't think anyone's seen anything like this in our surf world. You know, usually when someone suffers a big blowout like that, it's almost impossible to come back.
It's heartbreaking stuff, and that creates a seed of doubt, you know, and you've got to be able to overcome that mentally.
The body language tells me what I need to know.
He's had a grueling rehabilitation and reconstruction of his knees multiple times.
It's been a tough road since my last couple world titles. You know, just going from mentally not really wanting to be here, wanting to take a break, and then getting injured and then injured again. And it's taken a while to get to that point to where I am this year.
There's the trimarks on that. John John's incredible comeback started in 2023. This was the first full season he surfed injury-free since 2017.
I think last year was perfect for this year. It was kind of irritating for him finishing 8th. He was pissed, and he obviously wanted to compete for the world title. There's always those challenges you need to overcome mentally to like get back into the winner's circle.
Exceptional surfing for John Florence. He's our champ for the Surf City El Salvador Pro.
Becoming a father is what everyone says it is. It's like the most amazing, life-changing thing, and that becomes the most important thing in the world. And the competing thing's a game for me now, and it's fun, and I get to enjoy it and approach it, and it doesn't feel like a life or death thing because like my son is like my life now. Winning a world title with him here, like the year he was born, I think that'd be pretty special.
Two of the best competing in our men's title match. Italo Ferreira!
Everyone, when they saw Italo get to the number 5 spot and go into lowers, you're like, oh my gosh, look out.
And his opponent, 2-time world champion. Let's hear it for John Florence!
John's the most powerful surfer on the planet. Because of Italo's reputation, everyone's questioning, can John compete with that?
Italo now is going to make a quick heat out of it. Ferreira pops it up, full rotation, goes into layback, and pulls it out. Florence pops it up, gets it all the way around. It's going to turn to the rails.
It's got a different feel to it, to what Italo's delivered for us all morning.
Ferreira, full rotation, puts it down and points to the fans. John needs to drop an 8.16. Pops it up, nose pick, air reverse, slashing turn to follow. One more slash, a little bit of a buried rail. Needs an 8.16. Early advantage to John Florence. He did that with just 2 waves ridden.
There was not very many waves in that heat. And so just waiting for like a nice open right, and I got my 2 waves and surfed them pretty good, I guess.
This thing ain't done yet. There's another big matchup coming our way.
You've got John Florence within striking distance of a 3rd world title.
Big blast there, throwing the fins out.
This truly feels like destiny in the making.
That first title match.
Caroline Marks, 9.6, was nothing short of remarkable.
Way less nervous. I'm just having fun.
One of the best performance heats I've seen this year, but on Katie's side, that would have been a gut punch. You know, in this position where you're world number 1, can't afford a loss or your whole season's gone, they had to figure out how to recover from that in real time.
Caroline Marks, one more heat win to become a back-to-back world champion. Let's see if Katie Simmers can answer back. Game on. Simmers on a fun lowers right, punches the pocket quickly out in front for the wrapping turn. She'll coast and lay that rail down and drill the rebound section.
Okay, one of the best roundhouse cutbacks I've seen all season.
Big whip in the pocket, looking nice and loose. You're looking at one of the most freest surfers in the world.
There were a couple of hero moments on that wave.
9.17 for Caitlin Simmers. More waves to come. Caroline looking for an answer.
Just mantles that lip.
Backhand float, nice and easy. and just hammering every single section. Finally slips off. Katie on the answer. Speed move off the top. She is flying into that section on the open face. Katie in a must-win situation. Throws a nice little wrapping cutback. Now the wall is opening up and just chips the finish. Wow. A 9.2 to go with her 9.17. Caroline Marks comboed.
That is how you answer back.
Breaking a record, having the new highest combined heat total in finals history. Chance to be the youngest world champion.
Katie, talk about some resilience. How did you regroup after losing in the final seconds of that first one to do what you did in the second?
Just a little bit of like calming music, and it won't change the universe whether I win or you lose, but it would be, I mean, this means a lot to me, so I'm gonna definitely try to go for it the next one.
It's going to come down to a title match number 3 to decide the world champion.
Proud of yourself here.
John versus Italo going head to head. John was able to get the job done in match number 1. Italo needs to win the next 2 if he wants his second world title.
Can you maintain that stamina coming into an event and lasting the whole way through to get the world title?
You got John. He's looking for really quality waves to show that he is untouchable on rail and with big combinations at lowers.
John, he needs to close this out to be a 3-time world champion today. Already grabbing the start is Italo Ferreira. Throws down a big vertical. Nice, solid carve. Perfect transition. Belts it again.
So great rhythm to this wave. Put it together really well.
As we watch a big blast there, throwing the fins out. John Florence with his signature move. And now laying it down to shut it down.
Super excited about this one. One judge even giving it a 10, a 9.70.
Italo now, full road, goes for it.
A couple of tiny cracks are starting to form.
World number 1 lays down a nice, clean wrapping cutback on the wind-up. Big fin throw reverse. Driving through another wrapping cutback. What a show from Florence.
Wrap it up! It's over!
Italo, throw tail towards the beach, stomps it. Needs a 9.96 to go straight to first. And the last score locks in 8.13. It doesn't help him out. John's starting to realize the moment. John Florence, your 2024 world champion.
Oh my God, I'm like tearing up. It was just a tough year and just really fun and challenging. And this event is like, you know, winning the world title of this event. There's so much pressure and couldn't have done it without my family. It's just like, I love you guys and my whole team. I can't believe it.
Absolutely amazing how John Florence got the job done today. Having not ever competed in this Final 5 format, battling the injuries, the pressure of a world title coming down to one day, that was something new for John. It was poetic justice that he led through the tour for the whole year, came in as the yellow jersey leader and got the world title in the end.
Really proud of you, man. That was huge. So proud of you. Unreal, dude. Well deserved.
One thing about this world title that's so different, his son, baby Darwin, to see his dad become a 3-time world champion. His wife Lauren, Nathan Florence on the chair.
3 world titles.
Give it up for your world champion, John Florence.
Yeah, the last 7 years, they've been so tough. There's so many injuries, so much going into these last few years to get to this point. I can't believe it.
The way John surfs, he's the people's champ. To be able to get your 3rd world title in that way, those are the moments we'll never forget. Will Caroline go back-to-back, or will Caitlin be the youngest world champ in history? Let's hear it. Your world champion.
Camp Carolina's going off. Got the gators out. We got the mullets flying. This place is going crazy.
It's Caroline Marks up 1-0 against Katie Simmers in the title matches.
Katie in a must-win situation. Katie on the answer. Speed move off the top. She is flying into that section on the open face.
Okay, one of the best roundhouse cutbacks I've seen all season.
It's going to come down to a title match number 3 to decide the world champion. Katie Simmers, Caroline Marks, 1-1.
Let's go, Caroline!
And this will settle it. World title on the line. Will Caroline go back-to-back, or will Caitlin Simmers be the youngest world champ in history? First wave. Sweeping bottom turn, form down on the roundo. Just an easy, comfortable pace. World number 1 steps off of the opener and title match number 3. Caroline Marks setting up her backhand. Connects well. Now a more aggressive attack. The wall opens up on the inside track. And now winding up for the finish. Good timing to execute. Caitlin already with an answer. Snapping through a chunky section, and Caitlin's body language looks like she's feeling it. Caitlin out front, Caroline needing an 8.0.
1:35, 1 minute 35 seconds.
That bigger set that just came through, it didn't have a lot of wall on it, so no takers there.
The 1 minute mark behind goes quick.
We're all willing for a set, but I'm not sure. Sometimes the ocean it giveth and sometimes it taketh.
Katie Simmers, your little weapon. She's taken the 2024 world title. And now the youngest ever world champion.
2024 WSL champion.
It means so much. I literally was going through every single emotion today, and it just feels crazy. I'm just saying, I can't believe it.
You don't get a Katie Simmers every day.
Her surfing is so effortless. She has set the pace and inspiring that next generation of female surfers.
She is the undisputed best surfer in the world. She's still a Grom.
Get up there and hold up that trophy.
Yeah, Caroline is really pissing me off. She kept coming back, and I was like, come on, please just let me have this one. But we know it's not personal. It was a good dance-off with her, and I love all these people here, and it feels really great right now, and I'm really happy.
Let's hear it for Oceanside, California, your world champion, Katie Simmers.
Aloha kakahiaka with a double shaka.
Opening day of the season.
It is on.
On the next episode of Inside Pro Surfing, the 2025 season kicks off in January on Hawaii's North Shore. Tune in as the road to the WSL Finals begins at Pipeline.